Hey guys, chapter 1, section 4 video here for you. We are working on what is the product of two integers. Product, what does the word product even mean? Product means to multiply and find the answer to a multiplication problem. We're talking integers, so we're talking positive and negative numbers. So we're going to easily do this with an example, I think. We're going to try a problem. Here's the problem we're going to do. We're going to do 4 times negative 3. And I know you already know how to do like 4 times 3. And you know 4 times 3 is 12, but what happens when the negative gets in there? Well, let's make a visual. Let's draw a picture of what this would look like. So 4 times negative 3 means you have 3 negatives. But how many of them do you have? You have 4 times them. So I'm going to make 4 rows of these negatives. This would be 4 rows of negative 3. So how many negatives do I actually have? I have 12 of them. So my answer is a negative 12. And the picture is really nice. It's a good visual so we can see kind of what's going on here. But there's also a rule for this that we can remember. When you're multiplying opposite signs, like a positive 4 and a negative 3, those are opposite signs, you end up getting a negative answer. So when the two numbers you are multiplying are opposites, one of them's positive, one of them's negative, the answer, the solution, is also negative. All right, let's try another example here. Example 2. What if it was a negative times a negative? These are not opposite signs. They are the same signs. Negative 8 times negative 4, they're both matching. What would that be? Well, here's the rule. If you have matching signs, you get a positive answer. So first, what's 8 times 4? Yeah, it's 32. But since we have matching signs, it's going to be a positive 32 answer. All right, your turn. I'm going to have you try. So I'm going to give you 6 questions. We're going to label them A, B, C, D, E, F. And what I want you to do is I want you to write them down and then use the rules. If they're opposite signs, negative answers. If they're matching signs, positive answers. So here are your 6 questions. Hit the pause button on your device and see how many of them you can get correct. All right. I hope you are unpausing the video. I hope you tried each of these to see if you can figure out the rules. Now I'm going to go through them. So starting with the first one, 5 times 5 is 25. But we got opposite signs here. We got a 5 positive and a negative 5. So that's going to be a negative 25 answer. For question B, 1 times 9 is 9. But we got matching signs. A match is good. That's positive. So the answer is positive 9. For letter C, 12 times 2 is 24, but we don't have opposite signs. They don't match. This is a no-match situation, so it's a negative answer, negative 24. For D, we've got 2 negatives. That's a nice match. That's a good thing. That's a positive 56. For E, they don't match. They're opposite signs. I know 4 times 6 is 24, but it's going to have to be a negative 24. And then for the last one, 7 times 11 is 77, but they match. They're both positive, so the answer is positive 77. And you got your answers. So how'd you do? Did you get them all right? Did you miss 1 or 2? What mistakes did you make? All right, let's do an example 3. Let's say we had to multiply 3 numbers. Let's make it more complicated. So negative 7 times a negative 5 times a negative 4. Okay, well, go in steps. Start with the 7 times 5. I know 7 times 5 is 35, but negative negative is a good match, so it's a positive 35 solution. But we're not done. We still have the negative 4 to do. So now we're going to multiply again. We're going to do 35 times 4, but these are not a match. 35 is positive, negative 4 is negative. Those are negative. It's going to be a negative answer because they don't match. It's going to be a negative 140. And there's our solution. So if you're multiplying lots of numbers, just go in steps. Do 2 numbers at a time. You try. I'm going to give you a problem here. Same situation where I give you an A, B, C, D, E, F, and I want you to see how many you can get correct. Here are your questions. Hit the pause button on your device. Good luck. All right, we're checking answers. Let's see how you did. First one for letter A is a match. A negative 7 and negative 5, that's a positive 35 because they match up. Second one, letter B, 2 times negative 8. Oh, they don't match. They're opposite signs. That's a negative 16. Oh, letter C, we got to multiply three numbers, so go in steps. Do 10 times 2 is 20. They don't match, though. That's a positive negative, so negative 20. Then times it by your negative 4, which does match. Negative negative is a good match, and 20 times 4 is 80. So it's a positive 80 answer. All right, letter D, negative 4 times negative 1 is a match, so that's a positive 4. Letter E, those are not a match. 2 times negative 11, that's negative 22. They don't match up. And then the last one, go in steps. 7 times 2 is a good match. It's positive 14. But when you times it by negative 4, they don't match again. They're opposite signs. So the solution is a negative 56. How did you do? Out of 6 questions, how many could you get right on your own? If you're getting all 6, that's amazing. That's really good because we're just starting into this. Okay, so I have a little nickname for the rules. I call this the Match.com rules. You guys heard of Match.com, where everyone's going online trying to find someone to date and maybe potentially marry someday? The whole idea of Match.com is they try to match people with similar personalities. So if you find two people that are alike, that's a good thing. They're a match. If you find these opposite people that are not alike, that's bad. They don't match them up. So I remember it like that. Positive and a positive is a good thing. It's a match. Or a negative and a negative, those are two things that match up. So that's positive. That's a good match. Both of these would have positive answers. But if you're multiplying opposite signs, if you try to do a positive times a negative or a negative times a positive, oh, well, those are bad. Those are not a match on Match.com. So that would be a negative match. That's not good. All right, guys, this is just my little trick to remember the rules, and we will practice this a lot in class. Remember, with multiplying, a match is good and positive, and if it doesn't match, if it's opposite signs, that's negative. Simple, right? All right, thanks, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.